Good evening, everybody. Thought I would go ahead and go live because we have got a bunch of breaking news. Lots of things have been going on today. Full moon. It's bringing out the crazies. So wanted to go ahead and bring this to you, sharing what all's going on today. Just laid back enjoying your Saturday night and don't know there's anything else going on in the world. Got for you is off of Fox News. At least 25 injured after explosion in New York City. Emergency workers confirm. It says developing. At least 25 people were injured after an explosion in Manhattan Saturday night. Emergency workers confirmed on Fox News as police evacuated the area. Occurred on West 23rd Street between 6th and 7th Avenues in the city's Chelsea neighborhood. Police officers, a bomb squad, and firefighters rushed to the scene. Sources tell Fox News investigators have not ruled out terrorism as a possible factor, but that to determine the exact cause. And shattered windows at nearby home for the blind, New York Post added. Were expected to survive, the FDNY reported. Originated in a garbage can which was found mangled, investigators said. Described the explosion as very forceful, telling Fox News it sent a big cloud of black smoke into the air as people ran from the scene. Another said a fireball shot into the air as nearby buildings shook. They did not smell gas beforehand. A National Guard member near the scene told Fox News the explosion was so loud on his uniform and raced to the area. Witnesses say FBI and Homeland Security officials are also at the scene, evacuating at least 2 buildings, the Post added. Saturday, a planned charity run for Marines and sailors was canceled after a pipe bomb exploded in Seaside Park, New Jersey, a 90-minute drive south of New York City. Police blocked off nearby streets as the investigation continued. Visiting from Dallas was having dinner with friends. She said the restaurant went quiet after the explosion. All came in at 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time, police said. For you, all these URLs will be in the description of the video if you want to pull them up yourself and take a look at the videos that are involved. The article that I have is the bomb explodes near Marine Corps base in New Jersey, it says. Charity run. And then an explosion that went off in a garbage can Saturday morning in New Jersey beach town likely was timed to for charity run, authorities said. 3 pipe bomb type devices were wired together at the boardwalk in Seaside Park. No injuries were reported. A 4-block area was evacuated for most of the day, authorities said. Examination showed the devices were rudimentary with some type of timer and only one needed, 2 federal law enforcement officials told CNN. Al Della Fave, a spokesman for Ocean County Prosecutor's Office, said he believes the blast was meant to affect the Seaside Semper Fi race. It was just a matter of minutes in terms of difference. A good number of people running past that explosive device because of its location along the race route, Delta Fave said. Problems at the starting line delayed the start of the race, which meant no one was near the garbage can when the explosion happened, officials said. We were lucky, the official said. Just after the explosion, Delta Fave said the area was placed on lockdown and police deployed a bomb detection dog. Additional devices were found after the dogs completed their sweep. Race officials and local authorities canceled the event, race organizers said. That charitable run that does so many great things for the Marines, Delta Fave said. There's no word on when it will be rescheduled, but that's where we're at right now. Just to scroll a little bit here, it's being. Oh, the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force will lead an investigation with help from other federal, state, and local officials to find out who's responsible, an FBI official said at a news conference Saturday afternoon. We're conducting interviews. We're out there securing evidence, and we're making sure there is no stone left unturned, said Brad Cohen, agent in charge of the Newark office. Bomb experts will analyze the device and how it was made, according to CNN enforcement analyst Tom. It could be some has grievances against the U.S. military, possibly the Marine Corps specifically, and have nothing to do with an overseas inspired attack like ISIS. So it still could be terrorism without being international, or ISIS or another alleged or affiliated group. 3 years ago, on April the 15th, the finish line of the Boston Marathon left 3 people dead and more than 250 others wounded. An MIT police officer was killed 3 days later during a manhunt for the bombing suspects. Tazanov died from gunshot wounds after his brother ran over him in a shootout while trying to escape. His brother, Leonard Tazanev, was found guilty of 30 counts related to the bombings and sentenced to death. So there's that article. The third one that I have for you is police respond to St. Cloud Mall for multiple stabbing victims. They responded to Crossroads Mall in St. Cloud for multiple stabbing victims. The police department says one suspect was taken into custody at Macy's. Respond to the mall about 8:20 p.m. on Saturday. Is not known at this time. A witness told I5 Witness News that she was inside JCPenney when she heard screaming. She said she fled the mall just in time. So there's the third article. You is off of www.cnn.com. And this says Philadelphia gunman left rambling letter, police commissioner says. Up. Okay, says the Philadelphia man who went on a fatal shooting spree left an elliptical letter titled Doomed. Hatred for law enforcement, but leaving few other clues about the rampage, the police commissioner said on Saturday. It was a bunch of rantings that was tantamount to rambling, so it wasn't the most lucid letter. Commissioner Richard Ross told reporters it was more about himself than who he wanted to harm. Nicholas Glenn went on a deadly tear late Friday in Philadelphia, ambushing police, firing rounds into a tavern and a car before police shot him dead, Ross said. 25-year-old woman died after she was shot 7 times in the torso, police said. Officers and 3 others, 2 men and a woman, were also wounded. Detectives are investigating whether Glenn was linked to or inspired by outside groups or accomplices, but so far there's no evidence that he did not. But so far there is no evidence that he did not act alone, Ross said. Glenn's 9mm Ruger pistol and the serial number obliterated. Right now, we have a lot of questions. This is completely a bizarre situation, Ross said. Police found a note at the scene that Glenn hated police and probation officers, and it mentions one probation officer in particular, Ross said. Based on the letter, Ross said he suspected Glenn may have suffered from mental illness. Ross had an extensive criminal history. It is just one of those things that is surreal, he said. Obviously, he was hell-bent on hunting a lot of people. We still aren't sure why. It confirmed that Glenn was a suspect at the 2009 West Philadelphia gang rape case. And it says, settle down here. Let's see. Sergeant shot in protective vest. The shooting occurred around 11:20 p.m. Friday when Glenn approached a police car and fired through the window at Sergeant Sylvia Young, who was sitting in her cruiser at 52nd and in West Philadelphia, police said. No words were exchanged, according to Ross. Young, a 19-year-old veteran of the force, was struck in her left arm protective vest. She is in stable condition at the hospital, police said. Ross said and will be okay. Officers nearby heard the gunfire and responded, chasing down the man as he fled. Trying to assassinate her, said Ross, noting Glenn range 18 times. 2 of the bullets hit and disabled Young's pistol. It's absolutely miraculous that she is alive, Ross said. So fired into a bar which had its door open. Guard, police said. He then grabbed a woman and used her as a human shield, shooting her in the leg, authorities said. He discharged 18 rounds into a car, striking a man and woman inside, Ross said. The woman died and the man is expected to survive, he said. The attacks on the bar and civilian vehicle equally baffling, saying the letter contained no clue about why Glenn would have targeted random civilians. Glenn ran into the alley before a University of Pennsylvania police officer and 2 others from the city police cornered him. Police said they shot and killed him. Declared dead at the scene. The university police officer was shot in the pelvis, police said, and he is in stable condition at the hospital. 4 officers were believed to have discharged their weapons, police said. CNN affiliate WPM reported that officers will be riding car until further notice. This nation is absolutely out of control, Ross said. This should not happen in this country. And this is a country where we have to do better with gun violence, plain and simple. On and talks about an ambush that happened in January. So if you want to read on about that, you're welcome to pull up the article. From the last one that I have, number 5, 4 dead after football team bus crashes in North Carolina. Were killed and dozens injured Saturday when a charter bus carrying a South Carolina private school's football team crashed in North Carolina, CNN affiliate WTVD reported. The team was traveling from Rock Hill, South Carolina, University of God's Chosen in Fayetteville, North Carolina, when it hit an overpass bridge on Highway 74 bypass near the city of Hamlet, Carolina Highway Patrol said. A preliminary investigation shows the front left tire of the bus blew, causing the bus to travel out of control, Highway Patrol said. The bus struck the median guardrail before sideswiping a concrete bridge column. It continued a short distance before coming to a stop. Were killed and 42 others on the bus were taken to area hospitals, the Highway Patrol said. The injuries range from minor to critical. Initial reports said the team was from Ramaugh and Rock Hill, but the Highway Patrol said the majority of the passengers were from Clinton College, also in Rock Hill. The patrol said it was unclear if they played for a football team. Hamlet is about midway between Charlotte and Fayetteville. The North Carolina Highway Patrol and the Richmond County Sheriff's Office are investigating, said Hamlet Fire Chief Calvin White. So there is the last of it. Up any of those articles, you're welcome. All those URLs are in the description of the video. It may be a busy evening. Y'all take care.